Out here with Rich. What's up, Rich?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good. So basically, I wanted to ask you some questions that most people avoid.
Right. Ask me whatever.
Serious questions.
Right.
So, who do you follow on Instagram? Who do you get a kick out of? Basically?
Who do I follow on Instagram? Well, fuck. Mostly big tits and big asses. That's what I'm about. Yeah, when I'm trying to follow. But, I think I'm one of the rare few people. I think everyone else is obsessed with other guys, man.
Okay.
I look at my shit and I'm like, don't these guys, aren't they into girls? Or like, it trips me out, It's like when people are overly, I don't know, man. I look for big asses and big tits for motivation. That motivates the fuck out of me.
I understand.
Are you on my page?
I am on the same fucking page. I have another. When you were growing up, let's say, what did you see yourself as becoming? Like, what do you think you were going to become? When you were a kid in school?
Yeah, I was raised, low housing income, food stamps, blah, 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 South Sac. And so I really didn't see much as far as my future. I really didn't think that way. I barely got through school any way I could, no thoughts of college. And, I really didn't see much of a future. My brain didn't work that way.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until I stumbled across a woman who I started talking to, and it was just a weird she started educating me on mutual funds and talking about her broker and her financial this and that. Go talk to my financial advisor, and she started throwing numbers out at me, and it was weird. For some reason, it intrigued me. And I went and I started, this is back in the technology of the internet, when you could invest in any technology stock and just skyrocket. And that's what got me thinking, about the future and trying to make money and get ahead. But before that, I had no aspirations whatsoever.
I understand. Yeah, it's hard to decide what you want to do when you're,
Right. That's why I like putting the videos out, because I like to plant that seed in the younger people's minds, so at least they start thinking in that direction. Because I had no thoughts whatsoever about future success. I didn't care. I didn't think about it.
A question I have also is like the sport of bodybuilding was top tier guys.
Right.
Will there ever be a payday for the lower level guys?
No. Honestly, it's sad. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up sport, and these guys put their heart and soul, into what they do. They love what they do, and they kill themselves for it. And there's really no payback. And that's another one of my important messages out there, is to let people know that you can't just chase the trophy. You got to think about making money and how to make money off what you're doing, not just go for that $2 trophy, $10 trophy, whatever. And it's really sad. And as the years go on, it's like the bodybuilders are getting more and more fucked. Because once social media came out, then you have people that aren't even bodybuilders, that are getting more recognition than the guys that are, pros. Which is, in my opinion, it's fucked up. It's like there's a lot of guys that I idolized growing up as a teenager, and now I'm considered more popular than them, and I don't think it's right. These guys have accomplished way more in the industry. I used to look up to them and be like, fuck, and then here I am above them as far as, popularity, and it's not right, and a lot of people are learning this, and I'm trying to put that out there that, you got to think about your future and making money, and you can't just spend 20 years chasing a trophy and end up with nothing.
Right. Who was your inspiration?
Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone. These are probably my favorites. I in those days, I think the bodybuilders were the best that ever were. In the 90s, even the 80s. But Flex is a cool guy, Kevin Levrone, and we're actually going to do some videos together. I think that we're talking about it right now. So he's making a comeback, so that'll be cool. But it's a fucked up industry.
Last question. So, training your whole life, what's the one thing that you hated the most? Was it maybe like the cardio, the diet? What bothered you the most? As far as training, I have my pet peeves.
Right. The crazy thing is that when you have that fire burning and that desire that nothing else in the world matters more than winning that trophy, which was a point in my life that nothing bothered me, because I just loved it so much, and I was so obsessed with being the best I could be, and so nothing bothered me. I looked forward to everything. I thought about everything. I would, just constantly always in my head thinking about my next workout, my next meal, how many meals I'm going to get in today, what I'm going to change in my, my supplement program, and just my head was 24/7 in bodybuilding.
Got it.
You know, I mean, I was just obsessed. So at that point in time, there was nothing I didn't like because this is all I needed to do, you know, to be successful.
Got it.
But you know, when that fire burned out,
Yeah.
and I no longer had the desire, then yeah, fuck cardio, fuck diet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy myself and have fun doing what I love.
Yeah.
You know, the truth is, you're doing what you love when you're competing, but you got to look back and think, do I really love this? Do I really truly enjoy, you know, torturing myself to this degree?
Yeah.
You know, with, you know, a lot of times you don't come out the winner.
Yeah.
You know, you kill yourself, spend all your money, you know, and you end up having nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
And I think it takes a while for people to look back and be like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
But guess what? Everybody loses too.
Yeah. Big inspiration, Rich.
Right, brother.
Pleasure, brother.
Good to meet you, man.
No
Right on.
problem, man.
Awesome.